Hello there, friends. It is late in the day. It is time to see if I've got this right. We're going on a speedy run to see if we can ring all 6 Dragon Bells in one loop. So from the heart, we're going to make our way down to Machine City. I don't know what happens if we die or anything during the loop. So we probably want to avoid that. Either way, day 1 comes to a close at Silverwing. Day 2. Having no contact damage actually makes speedrunning much more entertaining. Yep. Through here. Through here. Right. Dragon Bell 2 has been rung. Now, if I am correct, I can warp back to Silverwing. And because that doesn't change anything, yeah, still ringing. Okay. Health refreshed. Slide back over there. Up and away. And back to the tree. Right. It's been a while since I've actually physically walked the shade. Okay. We start day 3. Which apparently I'd not unlocked on its own before. Not even looking at my map for this bit. I've done this route so many times. This bit of the route, anyway. This is the easy and simple bits. Right. So it's this way. Through the barrier. Over to the right. Through the secret door. Ring. A ding ding. So that is our third dragon bell. A ringing. Okay. Here we can go up. Follow that. Through here. Here. And I want to go left. Yep. Yeah. Over. Camera's a bit wonky there. And then from here... Yeah. We head up. Not what I meant to do. Those spikes aren't fixed. Fortunately, we have got the talisman equipped. Okay. Right. So far, this is working fine. This is my first go at this, incidentally, but I'm reasonably confident. The change to the map really has helped me see the route. Cable car? There's a couple of overlapping paths here, which I have to be careful about. Hi, Mink. Oops. No. At some point, I will stop doing that. There we go. Right, and then we want to go up this way. Just make sure I'm getting this right. here. And then we want to go up and over the top. Oh, yes. There's traps there as well. Right. Dragon Bell. Get it. Now, the next step, we want to go back left. Don't need to kill the enemies. Now, there's a couple of ways that I can do this, but I'm going to go up this way. Because it allows us to hit the lampstands. Alright. Am I doing this right? Yes, I am. Okay, we're still on day 4. And we're 4 bells out of 6. So. Not that way. This way. Up. We just need to go over the top of Star City. Excuse me? What? There we go. That was kind of weird. Handily, they put plenty of lamps along the way. Almost like they knew. Who'd have thought that they'd planned this all out? Okay, balloon. Right, that's Teresa's room. Why is there a bead there? I don't understand. Right, this is where it gets a bit hairy. But again, we can save at the stands. Ah, so that actually is open on day 4. It's just day 5 is not open on. Okay. That's Dragon Bell Now, this is the bit I'm not 100% sure on, but I think it should work. Because this should take us back to Wind Prairie. Ha! Okay. So from here, we need to go... No, it's not that way. That way? Yeah. I'm also looking out for potential signs of, here's a challenge that you didn't complete before, as I go. I'm really confused by that bead, because I would have passed that. Don't know. Right. So this takes us to day 5. And sets our corridor there. Right, so from here, I don't actually know which of these is simpler. Get out of the way, fish. Okay, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dragon bells are ringing. Right, we've returned to the most recently activated corridor. And then, in theory... if we... Oh. Well, we'll have that while we're here. Oh, leave me alone. Right, and now we should... Be able to work our way up here. Not that way. Oops. No. It's not like I'm fearing for my life or anything here. Now, rather than heading that way, we can head up this way instead. And by my calculations, we should be able to just get in. Right, we can change our equipment should we want to. I don't, though, so... Oh, actually, I could probably dump some of that and add that in. Because I'm not worried about having OP in this fight, probably. Current HP 21. Yeah. That's maxed. Haven't quite got enough for that. We'll stick with the attack, and we'll have some SP as well, because the more of that I've got, the more our sword question mark is going to do. Let's use one of these. Make some snacks, because we haven't done it yet. The snack's effect only lasts a day, so we've had a little something or other. Okay. Ooh. Love some sound effects. It's me. Ulo really went and did something unnecessary. I'm assuming there's going to be multiple phases to this fight. It's sheer. Jump into that. This is going to be a boss rush, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, we can hit these to... Oh, I've got no heals left already. Oh, this asshole. It's gonna get intense. Ah, shit. Damn it. Okay, so... Right. Let's get rid of that. How much difference does... It's not a huge amount of difference. Okay. Let's try that. We've got an extra heal. Can we have multiple of these? It's gone very blue, so... Oh, shit. that attack sucks. Again, this would be probably a bit more dramatic. Oh, feck. It loses so much of the atmosphere from not having the music on, unfortunately. I think actually it probably doesn't stack. Well, that was a terrible attempt. Oh, I took a hit then after she died. Oh, fuck. No. God damn this delay. think she was going to get a chance to do that. Okay. Gotcha? Question mark? Glug, 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 glug. Have I failed again? Hulo? How many times has this happened? I've lost count. Maybe 51,542? You never stop joking, do you? She? Are you really going to stop, Dragon? Yeah, that's where everything begins. Willow reached out to you for the sake of Dragon, and I can do the same for you. Only by returning you, Dragon can be saved. I'm sorry. But then, why did Dragon go through countless time loops? In this future, you'll die in a natural disaster. Don't worry, I'll live well. After all, the future is determined by the choices we make today. Thank you, Oro. It was a great pleasure travelling with you. I'll never forget these memories. Dragon? She's grown up. Yeah. I almost gave up, you know. But she has a future of her own. She said to me, I'll live on no matter what, so you better stay alive too. She was probably embarrassed when she said it. Thank you. Oh. Oh, the credits have ever so slightly changed. So they're adding translation stuff in as they go. Very short credits, because 2 people made this game, which is super impressive. And she? Wake up, she. What's going on there? Huh? Huh? Blah, blah, blah. She? Hello? You were really going to leave me behind? What are you doing here? What, aren't you going back to Dragon? No way! I'll stay by your side forever. Aww. Hello? Was it all a dream? Oh, he's gone. I'm still feeling sleepy. What should I do next? Oh, we've got no map or anything. This isn't the same area. Ah, okay. It's the implication that we've woken up again and that we've got the... Yeah. We're going on a journey without Oro. Goodbye. Goodbye? Goodbye. B-Y-E. Oro. Thank you for being with us all this way. And this is the end of Dragonloop's journey. Hopefully this trip has left you with some memorable memories in that distant and unknown future. Hope to see you again. Goodbye, or start a new future. Yeah, a kind of a nice little fake out almost at the end there. It's like, hold on, we are still stuck in the loop. It's like, no, we're not. Sweet. Obviously, we can reload up the game and so on and so forth. Hello? You? What's up? What dream? Nice. So after you load up the game, after doing the true ending, it gives you a little... I really like that. I think that's really cool. Yeah, it gives you just a little bit of dialogue to work through stuff. So there we go. That was Dragonloop. Really great gameplay, exploration, and systems. Yeah. Really, really good systems, really good exploration, lots of things to find, good zones, good traversal. I really, really, really liked the time gating mechanic with these different time corridors. I liked the stellaes. I liked finding some much later in the game and realizing that there was still a chunk of things to do. I liked the different Metroidvania powers, the amber abilities, and the various things that they could do. I also liked how right towards the end of the game you could kind of bypass a lot of the abilities and just use your basic kind of MV powers. That was a nice progression of stuff. Realistically, my complaints are the same as I have had for the entire game. The game feels empty hourly. That is, that without the copyrighted music, if I wasn't playing this for YouTube, if I was just playing it on my own, then yeah, I'd have kept the music on. And whilst the music was quite repetitive, to say the least, on some quite short loops, it would have at least filled up the soundscape. Whereas, as it is, without the music, it really hammers home just how few sound effects there are in a lot of the game. And I think that needs working on with some urgency. Really, I think the two things that need working on with urgency are the lack of sound effects and the localization. You know, I knew going into this that I hoped going into this that the localization was better than it was in the demo, and it was, I think, a bit, but there was still far too many instances in the game where there's just Chinese text. You know, and this isn't me having a go at the Chinese or whatever. I'm not being a racist asshole. I'm just saying that for a game marketed in the West, that's not great. That being said, the game is cheap. It's like £7.50. So does that... Is the price so low because they know that the localization's poor? Do they think people wouldn't pay? I mean, let's be honest. In terms of time, I'm up at probably 19 hours of game here for £7. And that's good, especially for a game that is this interesting. I'm super torn. Because I think actually this game does stuff, and this is going to piss some people off and ruffle some feathers, me saying this. I think this does gameplay systems much more interestingly than Hollow Knight does. All of the different systems and mechanics in this, I think, are more interesting than Hollow Knight. The story, one could argue, is also better told than Hollow Knight, even with the localization, because Hollow Knight's story obviously is, in my opinion, really quite lackluster because it's very Souls-like. This doesn't have contact damage, so that's automatically better. It doesn't have hard checkpointing, which again, I really like. It doesn't have consumables for healing, which again, system that I can't stand. Consumable healing, I can't stand contact damage. So this is really ticking a lot of boxes for me. I do have an issue with the healing system. I think the delay is an issue. Yes, that there was a bead that we can get. And I don't actually know, because I didn't check. I don't know how long that bead brings it down to. So let's find out. That one, isn't it? That's the wrong button. Oh, that's a lot faster. That is a lot faster. So how did we get that? And could we have got it earlier? Not really. We needed... This was down in the forest, which we needed the mermaid scale for. So... not exactly an early game thing. I mean, you could get it after you get the glider, essentially. Although the merfolk boss down there would have been fairly tough. So, yeah. I mean, I like the time corridors. I like the puzzle elements. I like the time map. I think this is a really cool system. Really cool system. I like having the little symbols on there to show you what you need to get through the different routes. I think what I would recommend... This screen is fine. This screen is absolute perfect, nice unified art style and so on and so forth. I've spoken about this already, but I think the patterns, these keys, need a more unified art style. The instruments are fine. The couple of minor bugs in terms of picking things up and them having the wrong icon. You know, that's got a different icon to what it is on the actual screen. But yeah, realistically speaking, with a little bit more tightness in the artwork. I mean, I really quite like the almost rough, almost like paper animated graphical style. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There are a few places where you see the odd little bit of floating ink where it hasn't quite been rubbed or masked out by the alpha transparency on some of the scenery, but I'm really not bothered about that. So I think it's the icons that could do with the key icons that could do with a little bit of work. The UI is fine. Obviously, if in my very first encounter with this full game, I'd had this map versus the grid-based map, this would have aided navigation considerably more than the first couple of hours that I played. But that being said, the grid-based map was still functional. I really like the... No, it's not that, is it? It's this time tracker thing. I think that's a really nice innovation and probably was a bit of a pain in the arse to program. The map's really good, frankly. The map is really good. Pinning stuff, yes, it's there. It's a bit faffy. But yeah, I mean, I've had such a good time with this game. Its translation is kind of pants in a lot of places. The copyrighted music is unfortunate. But, you know, don't get me wrong, they've licensed it. They are able to use it. It's just that I can't put it on YouTube, which I wanted to do after that first episode, because I was enjoying it. Lack of sound effects, translation, a few icons. That, realistically, is kind of what is needed. Oh, and maybe organising this screen a bit better, because I really don't know why they are in this somewhat haphazard order. And I've also got no idea. I've got no way, as far as I know, of finding these last two things on this map. The one audio thing that I thought might be related was the chime. I don't know if that chime is to tell you that there's a secret thing hidden in a room. I'm really unsure on that. But yeah, I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue where to find those last two things. In terms of tier list placements, I'm really, really torn because I've had such a good time playing and exploring this game, but it's been hampered by the music, the sound effects, and the translation. And part of me kind of wants to say, but I don't care because I've enjoyed it so much. But equally, I know that my S tier is reserved for those games that are very much a complete package, and this isn't quite that. And yet, in terms of the Metroidvania gameplay, I would put this up at S tier. So it has to be at least A. It has to be at least A tier. I think even with those issues, this is an S tier game for me. I've just had such a good time with it. Yeah, I actually think I am. I think I'm going to put this into my S tier. And if they do fix up the translation and they add more audio, and they've already patched it 3 or 4 times since launch, including the whole new map system, which must have taken them a week's worth of work, surely. Especially since there's only 2 people on the team. Yeah, one of them must have... They must have already been working on this, I would have thought. But no, I think I want to tip this into S tier. Even though it's got some some reasonably significant problems for me. None of those problems are gameplay. They're things surrounding gameplay, their story, they are localization. And even then, I've got enough of an understanding of the story to grasp the broadest strokes of what is going on. Yeah, I think I am. I think I'm going to stick this into my S tier. First game that's made it into the S tier since End of Magnolia. Admittedly, not that I've played too many games this year. Yeah, really solid gameplay with some flaky peripheral systems. Story, localization, sound effects. But if you can look past those, really, really good Metroidvania. Not going to be for everybody. Probably going to be a bit, quote unquote, complicated. It does make you think a bit, but it's not a Puzzlevania in the way that, it's all physics and slotting boxes into holes and doing actual puzzles. The closest you get to a puzzle in this, I think, is the flower challenges. Yeah. I'm going to go and update my map. My route for the Dragon Bells has been confirmed. I can check that off in my text guide. I can finalise my work in progress map. That's going to come out on Coffee and then on Google Drive as per normal. My text walkthrough is already in the Google Drive because it was there when I wrote it. If you can look past the localization, this is excellent. Congratulations and well done to the two devs that worked on this. Really, really impressed. I'd be really interested to know how long it took them to put this together as a game, because the time corridor mechanic and designing the world around it, it strikes me that must have taken a lot of forethought and coordination. I would like a percentage counter. I know we've got this entropy level, but that's not what I mean. I want a completion counter. How many of the beads are out in the world that I've missed? How many X, Y, or Z out in the world have I missed? And so on and so forth. An indication of which zone I've missed something in would be nice, because I've got no way of checking, as far as I know. Thank you very much for watching, folks. That is the end of my Dragonloop coverage. A game I expected to be, if I'm honest, quite mediocre, and that has turned out to be one of the best Metroidvanias I've played, despite its faults. That's really impressive, and for the price, especially. That's jolly good stuff. Have a great day, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Have you tried the game? What did you think of it? Am I being hyperbolic or what? Let me know down below. And as always, have a great day. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.